Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Oh, that shit's good. Oh, how you doing, Kat? How you doing today? Just chilling here. That's good. You doing better? You doing better than me? You doing better than me? I didn't get to get my MRI. I have to wait till tomorrow. It was very disappointed when I got there. They might have me wait hour and a half longer. So hell no. And I had an appointment with my therapist. Yeah, on Saturday. I said I have an appointment at 2:30. I said if I don't show up, y'all paying the 150 fee. You know, Saturdays, yep. So I left. They said that one of the machines went down. It's not waiting an hour and a half. This is ridiculous. So I'll come back tomorrow. I say y'all should have called me and other clients and let them know that the machines were that you only had one machine, so they can reschedule. This was unprofessional. I lost my cool. I was very pissed. No, I'm good today. Go ahead. Joke around. At the moment, I was upset. I'm good now. I'm good, Cakes Boo. Cakes Boo Boo. The Dodgers. Yeah. The Dodgers going to the World Series. That's crazy. They won the division. That's crazy. I know people went crazy in LA. Now tomorrow we gotta. I know. Let the people celebrate. Y'all already fucking up LA already. When the ICE people was fucking the immigrants over there, let those people have some fun and celebrate. Like the cops got to be a party pooper. Let them have fun on a Friday night. You know. Now let's see who wins. Now let's see who wins tomorrow between the Brewers and not the Brewers between Seattle and the other team, Toronto. If Seattle wins tomorrow, not tomorrow on Sunday, they face the Dodgers in the World Series. So that's what I'm hoping for. Seattle versus the Dodgers. It's an elimination game on Sunday. I didn't know you watch. I know you're in Australia, but I didn't know you watch. I didn't know they have uh, I didn't know they have I didn't know they have baseball over there and you could watch that in Australia. They got cable over there that you could watch American TV. They don't have that. They don't really have that over here. You got to pay extra. And everything's already expensive like it is. Everyone, if you're new, don't forget subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hmm. Oh, you have the MLB app. Oh, you got money. Those apps are expensive. They're not free. Like the games are not free. Some people, yeah, yeah. They're like $90 a year or something. Well, you have that too. Yeah, I don't like basketball, so I'm sorry. I only watch basketball during March Madness, and that's it. And during the playoffs, March Madness. That's it. Yeah. And I stopped watching football because my football team sucks. There's no point in watching them. I know. Congratulations, Wild Dog. Woo! I hope they win on Sunday. One more match. One more match. One more match. One more game. 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 They gotta win. One more game to face the defending world champions, the LA Dodgers. Yeah, I'm stoned. I had to put some weed on my credit card. How you know I'm stoned? Never say never. Never say never. I will never say never. Bro. Who has the best? Who has a better record? The Dodgers? Who has a better record? The Dodgers or Seattle? That will determine who has who has who has the home field advantage in the World Series. This year. Look it up. Google it. I'll tell you right. I'll Google it for y'all. All right, let's see. I see. I'll let you know right now. Yep, I'm Googling it right now. Okay. So it says here. No. Seattle, I think, will have home field advantage. Standings. Let's see. American. Nope, nope, no. 90 and 72. 90, 72. And 93 and 69. Let me look it up. Who will have because that also helps if you have if who has home field advantage. So the one that has the most winning percentage. It would have been It does. It would have been Milwaukee, but they lost. I don't know when Rich is coming on. We're just talking about We just talking about baseball. So you joined what? Yeah, right. It says Dodgers will host game 1, 2, 6, and 7 versus the Mariners, and or if they face the Blue Jays, they won't. If they face the Blue Jays, they will not have home field advantage. Blue Jays have a better record. Giants are not in the playoffs this year. Are you Canadian? Opa, don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Oh, welcome. What part of Canada you are? What part of Canada? Welcome. So there's 14. There's Toronto, Blue Jays. I know. But they always the Mariners wasn't always in Washington. They used to be in Florida, right? Right. Wild Dog. They used to be a Florida team years ago. Oh, but that's what the Blue Jays get when they beat the Yankees. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, guys. But next year, I can't wait for next year. ABS. And ABS does not mean abs. Thank you, I appreciate it. Because when you, because people think that, oh, they bring in abs next year to MLB. No, it's automatic balls and strike systems. ABS. Do they still exist, the Marlins, or no? Because I haven't heard of them in years. So it's called ABS is called Automatic Ball Strike System, also known as ABS. Is designed to the accuracy of ball and strike calls during the games. So it's short for abs, like, yeah, you know, a human abs. So if an umpire makes a bad call, you have 5 seconds to challenge it. A pitcher, the batter, and that's it. And the umpire. You go like that. That's how you challenge it. Each team gets 2 challenges. Because sometimes the umpires make terrible strike. This is how it looks like, ABS.
Hey fans, it's Greg Amsinger of MLB Network here. Major League Baseball will be testing the automated ball strike system presented by T-Mobile in spring training in 2025.
They already started
ABS
that.
uses pitch tracking technology to compare the location of each pitch to the strike zone and has been tested in AAA since 2022. Here's how the system works. The home plate umpire continues to call balls and strikes like normal, but if the batter, pitcher, or catcher disagrees with the umpire's call, they have the ability to appeal the call to the ABS system. Once a challenge is made, a graphic will play on the scoreboard showing the location of the pitch. If the player is correct, the original call will be overturned and the team will keep their challenge. If the player is incorrect, the call will be confirmed and the team will lose one of its challenges. During spring training, each team will start the game with 2 challenges. Once a team is incorrectly challenged twice, they will be out of challenges for the remainder of the game. Each Major League
challenges.
Team will play games in which ABS is used. We'll see you at the ballpark.
Automated ball strike challenge system. Morgan Sword is Executive Vice President for Baseball Ops for Major League Baseball, and he joins us now to talk about how this is going to work. It's going to be available in spring training at over about 60% of the spring training games, and we say good morning to Morgan Sword, who joins us now. Morgan, what do fans need to know first? Just kind of big picture about what's coming and what they're going to be seeing at some select spring training games this year.
Sure. So we have a system we've been testing in the minor leagues for the last couple of years. We used it in AAA last season, and it was
and next year it'll be the whole season.
Players, coaches, etc. So the next step in that process is to bring it to the big leagues and show it to our big league players, big league staff, and umpires, and get some reactions. So that's the purpose
umpires
of the test
be fucking up games.
So Morgan, real quick, little background on that. When ABS first started, it was kind of tell the umpire it was a ball or strike.
Yeah,
and he'd react
it was this
quick.
year during
We're not under
spring
that
training.
system
Next year.
anymore.
That
Wait, I almost dropped my computer. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it was already the first year.
For the last couple of years, we used it in AAA last
All right,
season.
thank
and
you.
It was very popular among fans, players, coaches, etc. So the next step in that process is to bring it to the big leagues and show it to our big league players, big league staff, and umpires, and get some reactions. So that's the purpose of the test this spring.
So Morgan, real quick.
He's
little
always
background
late,
on
so I
that.
wouldn't be
When
surprised.
ABS first started, it was kind of tell the umpire it was a ball or strike, and then he'd react real quick. We're not under that system anymore, right? Now it's more the umpire makes the call, and then you can adjust to and make the decision off of that. Am I correct?
Exactly. So the umpire is going to call the game just as he always has, but each team is going to have 2 challenges. that they can use at any point during the game, and you keep the challenges if you're correct, if the call gets overturned. And you can challenge ball strike calls throughout the game. And the idea there is to focus the use of the technology on the handful of pitches that are most impactful
It is league
in
because
the
it's
game,
110.
rather than completely replacing the role of the umpire back there.
So we're taking a look at a graphic here of the challenge rules. Each team will have 2 challenges and will retain if those challenges are successful. And Morgan, I want to make sure that the fans watching know that this is only being used during games this year for spring training games. You're not bringing it to the regular season for 2025. So fans might be wondering, okay, if this test, so to speak, goes well, when can we expect to see it being used during regular season games at the big league level?
Next year.
Yeah, so once we get done with the spring training tests, we're going to collect all of the feedback from the players and coaches, see how the test went, and then come back to the competition committee with what we heard, what we saw, and we can discuss, what the right timeline is for the big leagues. But it won't be in 2025 this year.
So another point I want to make clear, Morgan, this isn't an indictment on umpires. The umpires have actually been really high with their percentages. This is also about strategy. Am I correct?
That's right. Yeah. And what we saw in AAA is teams have adopted systems that help guide the players on what are the right pitches to challenge, right? And you have 2 of them. So what you tend to see is challenges occur toward the end of games and deep in counts, on those couple of pitches that are really high leverage and are going to impact the outcome of the game.
So Morgan, funny story, I was managing the Futures game, as you well know. I got to do that in Seattle. And so the bench can't make that decision. It has to be the players, the catcher, the pitcher, and the batter. And so,
that's right.
So we tell all our players before the game, hey, look, let's try to figure out when we want to use it. We'll use it later in the game. One of my catchers is at the plate hitting. He gets what he thought was a high strike called on him, and he immediately goes, I want to challenge. We're at the bench going, no. And he was wrong. It was a strike, and we lost a challenge. So that's the fun part of it. Have you had discussions like that with some that have been in the system already?
We have, yeah. And interestingly, the overturn rate, right, the percentage of these challenges that actually are successful is about 50%. And I think that's probably roughly what we're going to see in spring training. So even on this subset of pitches that are the most controversial and the most important, the umpires are still right about half the time, which is pretty amazing.
And Morgan, we showed the animation of what the system looks like. And I've seen this system be used in action at a minor league stadium. And the fans in the park can see it. I mean, it's displayed, the animation itself is displayed in the park. There's really a crowd interaction that is part of this whole thing, yes?
Yeah, that's right. And what we've seen in talking to fans that have experienced this in the minor leagues is that these challenges are a really fun addition and an entertaining kind of add-on to the game. To a point, right? And what fans have said is we love, having this ability to correct those couple of, missed pitches that are really important, but we don't want this to slow the rhythm of the game and weigh the game down. And that's something we're really conscious of. So one of the reasons that we are narrowing in on this challenge format.
Okay, so 2 things. I'm going to get to the most challenging one in a second is how the zone is set. But I want to ask you this. Like we're all accustomed to K-zone now on TV. I'll just call it that simply for the K-zone.
Yeah.
And that's set more at the front of the plate. This is set more back over the plate to be more consistent. Can you explain that portion of how it's set up, the system is?
Yeah, sure. So we've been trying to figure out what the right strike zone to load into this system is, right? It can handle any system you tell it to. And what we're shooting for is something that matches the zone that players expect and the zone that players are used to the umpires calling. And it was also sort of simple for players and fans to understand. So what we are going to use this spring is a 17-inch wide rectangle that is set halfway back on home plate, so 8.5 inches from the front of home plate. And if the ball touches any part of that triangle, or excuse me, rectangle on its way by, it's a strike. Otherwise, it's a ball.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So here's the most controversial thing that I see. how the zone is set. It's set on height. Can you explain that? And then I'll come back with my question as to why I think this is a little bit challenging.
Yeah. So setting the top and the bottom of the zone is the hardest part of loading the strike zone into the system. And there are a couple different options for how to do it. The one that was the most popular among players in AAA, and the one that we're going to try for this test this spring, is simply indexing it relative to a player's height. So for example, every hitter that is 6 feet tall will have the same top and bottom of their zone, regardless of their individual batting stance.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, and to me, that's challenging. I think that's going to be the most controversial thing, because some people don't stand straight up like Aaron Judge. Maybe you bend down a little bit more, but yet you're still judged on that same scale. So how can I combat that? If I'm a player, I'm 6 foot, but if I'm hitting down here and I'm 5'7",
and the umpire,
because I'm loading here to come up to get explosiveness,
you forgot the
and the
umpire.
ball's still being called high because of my original height. How do I combat that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think one thing we have looked at is stances in today's game are more similar than stances were 15, 20 years ago in the game, right? We don't see quite as many guys, crouched way over like Ricky Henderson or even standing, very upright.
That's funny, I know.
For most players, this is going to match pretty closely to the zone that they have always expected. The downside of using something that is specific to a player's stance is that you open yourself up to manipulation potentially, right? Where on certain pitches, players can crouch all the way down to shrink their zone, if we were going to use something that was based on their stance. So again, but that's one of the things we want feedback on from the players, right? I mean, and they're going to have iPads in their dugouts where they can actually register complaints with us during the game about whether that zone is set appropriately and whether they want changes to it. So we're going to see how that comes out.
That's cool.
Like customer service right there in the dugout.
Yeah, this is data collection. So let's end on a positive note. We're at the end of spring training. You've been able to compile all these games. Every team is going to get a chance to use this system, even though it's only going to be in certain ballparks because of the Hawkeye system. We got that clear. But at the end of spring, we played our 100 and some spring games or whatever collectively. What would you like to walk out of here feeling at the end of the spring?
I think a successful test would be getting a majority of our players, coaches, and fans feeling like they prefer that version of baseball to the status quo. And we're gonna find out that information at the end of the spring.
That costs a lot of money.
And I think there's some technical hurdles we need to cross, right? Just in terms of having the system work, having it generate the correct calls. But then also, there's a philosophical question embedded in this test about whether this whole approach is right for the game of baseball. And I think the best way to get healthy reactions to that is to show people. And we're really looking forward to hearing from everybody what they think.
Yeah, I've seen it used at the minor league level, like I said, in some minor league stadiums. I think it's great. I think fans are going to love it, and hopefully they get a nice little preview beginning tomorrow right here on the network, Cubs and Dodgers. Morgan Sword, Executive VP of Baseball Operations for Major League Baseball. Morgan, we appreciate the insight. Really good stuff. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Morgan. Appreciate it.
And now you learn about ABS or abs. You don't have to be on video. You see me on video? No, because I smoke weed. And today I'm smoking, so I can't be on video. Oh, somebody trying to look cute. You dyeing your hair? You dye your hair every 2 weeks? That doesn't damage your hair? Yeah. You don't have to show your face. You'll see once I start making money on YouTube and I get a bigger apartment, I'm gonna save up. I'm gonna save up at least 10 grand and I'm gonna do my own thingy. Cause I want a 4 monitor desktop. But for now I have this little this gray is okay. Look, I have a little gray, not much, but maybe I have one gray hair. Gray. Gray means you mature, that you're very mature. Gray means you're mature. And I like gray in a woman. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get ready to go. I'll see y'all Rich's channel, guys. Thank you for joining me for the last 40 minutes. I appreciate it. I'll be live later tonight. Thank you, guys.